so after Joe retired, and then when he left the company, he had a completely new life. So he started, he joined a square dancing club.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And he went square dancing at 2-3 nights a week, and met his first wife and married her when he was 70 years old. It's a man who had never married. And there was a great article about him in the newspaper in St. Louis about how when he was in World War II, and he was a fighter pilot, a decorated fighter pilot in the Navy, that when the war was over, he had some money left over. He went to the PX, and there was nothing to buy. He bought a wedding ring. Didn't have a girlfriend. Didn't know if he was ever going to get married. Thought it was a good investment. Knew one day he would need that. So on Valentine's Day, when he was 70 years old, he proposed to his first wife, his only wife. And it was a beautiful thing. It was written up in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up having an amazing life together.
They did a lot of traveling, didn't they?
They did. They did this.
Yeah.
This square dance thing. They became like professional square dancers. They did that almost every night, and then they traveled the United States
I
in
remember.
a program called Elder Hostel, which Joe was very proud of. His wife was a school teacher. She'd have been a retired school teacher, and filled that was her passion her entire life, education and gaining more knowledge. And Joe was one of these people who would just absorb everything. There was never an end to how much he wanted to learn. And so they would tour the country and stay at these colleges in the summertime.
I remember Joe's talking about that.
And they would take science courses and history courses and all kinds of fascinating things. And they kept their education going almost until her death. And she passed away after they were married maybe 10 years. And then he passed away just a couple of years ago. But I actually had a stronger friendship with him after Ross and Baruzzini. Our friendship endured and really grew over the years, and he became such a close personal friend of mine, and up until the day he died. And it was just one of these things where you say to yourself how lucky you were to have known somebody like that, and to experience a little bit of business, but a lot of life together.
So I think just, again, looking back on all those years, I'm thankful for the people that were a part of my life and my development here at Ross and Baruzzini. We're a quality organization, and we are that because of the people like Don Ross and Joe Baruzzini, who started the foundation here and have kept it to what it is today and still growing. So I'm very thankful for that.
I couldn't agree with that more. So 65 years in, most companies, especially service companies, don't make it this far, so we're very proud of that. And along the way, we've always had this name Ross and Baruzzini, and along the way people would say, well, why don't you shorten that name or give it a different name? Baruzzini is kind of
no, you want to keep that
name. You don't want to get rid of that
name
because people will remember that name.
Yep.
And so we've stayed with it, but with that, we stayed with the tradition of what Don Ross and Joe Baruzzini started, which was building a company around great quality and being around ethical, smart people. And here we are 65 years later, we've kind of pulled it off, and we're very proud.
Going strong, yep.
So one of the things I always tried to do in maintaining my relationship with Joe was to keep him abreast of the things that were going on at Ross and Baruzzini, even long after he retired. So about every year around Christmas time, he would come into the office, and I would put a little slide presentation together for him and show him the kinds of projects we were working on, show him where we had opened an office, show him what countries we were moving into to do the kinds of work that was very unique. You know, lots of companies couldn't do this specialized work. And I always liked to see the look on his face when he was looking at these slides and seeing what this thing had become in terms of the genesis of that little partnership that they had, he and Don Ross, and how this evolved into something international. And he always was amazed by how this company evolved. And it always gave me great pride in being able to present that to him every year and show him changes that had occurred, but we stayed true to our roots through the whole growth. So I'm very proud of that.